Hi, my name is Kim Rogers, and I want to welcome you today to Public Speaking 101, 25 tips to improve your proficiency in public speaking right away. Today, for a definition of public speaking, we will be using this: any words spoken in public to people who are not your family or your intimate friends. So whether you're buying or selling, answering the phone at home or at work, expressing an opinion or a concern, you're really engaging in public speaking. A lot of times we think of public speaking simply as the more conventional venues of public gatherings, public forums, speeches, lectures, presentations, etc. But public speaking is really any engagement of the public in conversation. So keep that in mind. If you keep that in mind, and if you look at public speaking from this vantage point, then you get three benefits. The first one being that when you speak to people in public, you'll be conscious of the fact that you are public speaking. So you're going to be conscious of the words you use, you're going to be conscious of the impression that you're making on them, and you're going to be conscious of the impression that you're leaving them with. The second advantage is that you will use every public engagement as an opportunity to perfect your public speaking skills and your people skills. And lastly, you will find over time that you are just as comfortable in a large gathering as you are speaking to one or two individuals. So we're going to start with our 25 public speaking tips. The first one is practice reading aloud. My reading material of choice are Dr. Seuss books, the King James Version of the Bible, and Shakespeare. All of these are poetry style. Dr. Seuss rhymes, Shakespeare and the Bible are written in prose, but they all have a rhythm. So if you can maintain the rhythm, not stumble over the words, maintain and convey the integrity of the thought that you are presenting, then you're coming a long way in your proficiency to be a good public speaker, and this will only improve you. Talk to people as if you know them. This will allow them to bond with you. It will establish a rapport with your audience and will allow for them to come and ask you questions afterwards, purchase your product afterwards, or whatever other reaction you want from them from your public speaking engagement. Look people in the eye. It makes you look honest and it makes you look sincere. When you don't look at people, they feel like you have something to hide, and it automatically makes you look suspicious. Smile from time to time. It will help you to establish a rapport with them. It will show them that you are accessible, so that after you're finished, they won't be afraid to come and talk to you or ask you the little questions that they might have been afraid to raise their hand and ask in front of everybody. They'll feel like you're a real person and they can talk to you and be real themselves. Speak clearly enough and concisely enough so people will understand you. Don't tell jokes unless you're funny. Speak slowly enough for people to absorb what you've said to them. Speak loudly enough for people to hear you in the back. If you're not sure as to whether or not they can hear you at the beginning of your presentation, you say to the people, "Can you hear me in the back okay?" And you adjust your voice accordingly. Speak with authority so that you won't be dull. Speak with conviction so that you'll be believable. Speak from an in-depth knowledge of your subject matter. If you don't know enough about it to be comfortable in chatting about it, in being asked trick questions about it, in being able to say, "Oh, I don't know the answer to that, let me get back to you," then don't talk about it. Only use words you know and can pronounce. Don't use a word you don't know what it means, because chances are there's somebody that you're addressing that knows the definition of it. And don't use words that you cannot pronounce. If you're going to assimilate a new word into your vocabulary for your presentation, then practice it. Be comfortable with it. Make it your word before you use it in public. Try not to use fillers like and try not to say words like you know, like, all right, or right, over and over and over again. Both of those, the and the okays, make you sound less than smart and certainly less than professional. Pause for impact. And while you're pausing for impact, scan the faces of your audience. Are you exciting? Are they clinging to your every word? Are they sharing your opinion? Are they just as pumped up about what you're saying to them as you are about saying it? Are they sleeping? Are they passing notes? Are they yawning? Do they look bored? It's important to know what kind of impact you're having on your audience, because ultimately it's going to tell you things like, I should speak louder, I should speak slower, I should hurry up, I can talk longer, because they're just clinging to my every word. So it's important to pause for impact, and it's important to watch the faces of your audience. Don't talk too long. As a rule, people have a very short attention span. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you start to lose them. 30 to 40 minutes is probably a good presentation time. Keep your eyes open. Many people stand up and give a presentation and close their eyes. Stand still. If you're going to move, if you're a mover, even your spontaneous movements should be calculated. If you're not sure what to wear, navy blue. Navy blue is the epitome of executive elegance, and you cannot go wrong wearing navy blue. Women, dress for the women in your audience. What am I saying? Too much cleavage and too much leg does not belong in a presentation. The only thing that you will achieve by too much cleavage and too much leg is to alienate every single woman in your audience. You're going to alienate the women who made it to the top by using their brains, because they're going to think that you didn't and that you only used your behind, and you're going to alienate the women trying to make it to the top using their behind, because they're only going to consider you competition. So either way, you have alienated every woman in the audience that you're addressing. Gentlemen, if you would like to control the room, wear a suit and a tie. The man that controls the room is doing it because he's wearing a suit and a tie, not a sport coat and a tie, not a sweater and a tie, a suit and a tie. Wear something that you like, that looks good on you, that makes you feel good. If you're wearing something that you like, you know you look good in it, you feel good, and all that comes through in your presentation as confidence. Wear nice shoes. You can have on the sharpest outfit in the whole wide world, and when they get to your feet and your shoes are dusty or scuffed or run over, you've lost your audience, especially if you're a salesman. Because if you're a salesman, obviously you're not making any money, because you wouldn't have on such raggedy shoes. So please make sure you have on a nice pair of shoes. If you don't have a really nice pair of shoes, make an investment in a pair before you make your presentation. Borrow speaking techniques from someone that you admire. Incorporate them into your own style and make them yours. If you speak English as a second language, in all honesty, you probably already speak better English than most Americans. However, to improve your accent, watch a little TV in your spare time. Old movies are the best. And the reason I say old movies is because in the older movies, the actor's diction was better. Their pronunciation of the words. They had a bigger vocabulary, and the characters were very interesting. So you have a couple of different things that you can assimilate into your own character makeup. The second best thing to watch on television are the soap operas, because with the soap operas you get the vocabulary words and the expression that goes with it. You have a word and an expression associated with that word that you can immediately use. Probably the least effective thing to watch if English is your second language are movies with subtitles, because you can only think in one language at a time. Cartoons are also good to watch because they have an action associated with the words. If you're going to do your public speaking on film, as I am doing today, wear solid colors. Keep still. I cannot press that upon you enough. And face the camera at a complimentary angle, which I hope is what I've done in making this DVD for you.